Rathmaline. As we said before the break, 2-8 for Trim. Fianna 8 points. And the wind has died a little bit. It was blowing. It wasn't helping either side, but it was blowing towards the far side of the field in Rathmaline. Little breeze now blowing, just not as strong as it was. So there was no excuses all around. So no changes on the Trim team. Dougie is lined out full forward. Mikey Cole is still a wing forward. Ian Birmingham will come on for James Torres midfield, and Conor Quigley slipped back to centre back. They have moved Evan Mullally from centre back to midfield. He was struggling on James Murray. They have moved Peter Slevin back centre back to mark James Murray. And Mark Riley has the ball in hand, and Fergal's going to start the stopwatch. Little Shamosman in the middle of the field there with Sean Coffey and Dylan Farrell. Mark Riley throws the ball in, Dylan's over it, Ian Barron was over it. Ian is playing very strong since he came on. There's 5 Fianna men around him. He passes the ball back out to Mark. He's given the free against Ian Barron for overcarrying. There was 4 Fianna men around him, and he couldn't go too far, but he's given the free for overcarrying. So Barry Slevin will stand up to this free again. He's been 50-50 inconsistent, as the chief executive said, from the frees. This one is exactly in the middle of the field. The wind is blowing a little bit from his right. It's a shot for his right hand post into the Summerhill end of Rathmaline grounds in immaculate condition once again. Barry over the free. There's only 40 seconds gone in the second half. Trim 2-8, Fianna 8 points. Barry lifts and strikes middle of the field, strikes towards the left hand side, and it's over the bar. Great score by Barry. That's Barry's 5th point of the game. Quick puck out again from Charlie Ennis, comes to Shawnee McGee, plays the lovely ball down to Mikey Cullen. Oh, Mikey, nice touch first time. Does he get the second one? Yes, he does. He's out on the 21-yard line. He has a shot with his weakened left side. It's gone wide for Trim's 9th wide of the game. That ball should have came across the middle as well. 2-8 for Trim. Fianna 9 points. Quick puck out from Owen Riley, goes long again towards Gary Fleming, reads it very well, breaks it down here towards Joey Cole, right here in front of us. Joey misses the first touch. He's picked up there by number 26, Luke Kelly. Luke Kelly to Sean Coffey in the middle of the field. Sean, poor ball over to where Sean McGee gathers it very easily. Sean turns his favourite left side, hits it down the wing to Mikey Cullen, who's out in front again. Mikey gets the second ball again, gets through. He has Mikey Cole outside him. He's fouled. He plays for the free, takes the free, or gives the free, gives the ball back to Dylan Farrell, who has a shot. Lovely down the Mikey was fouled once again. He's given his mark for the third time. Played the ball back nicely to Dylan Farrell, who scores his first score of the game for Trim. So it's 2-9 for Trim. Fianna 9 points. There is 2 minutes gone in the second half. Long puck out from Owen Riley, down towards Shane Walsh and Luke Moran again. Shane gets the better of it this time. Or sorry, Luke gets the better of it this time, but it's picked up there by onto 26 here, who's Luke Kelly. Luke is hooked, almost hooked by Joey Cole. Ball in there towards number 13 for Will Flynn. Will's first touch, but it harmed the shot into the arms of Charlie Ennis. Ball played nicely out to Joey Cole, well taken by Joey in front of it. Nice ball down the wing towards Brian Dowley. Brian just beats Brian, number 4 in there. Oisin Bright gets it. Another ball given to the Trim forward line. That wasn't one. It was a nice ball by Joey, but it just went too far on and out wide. So 10th wide for Trim. Did 8 in the first half, 2 now in the second half, and there's 2.5 minutes play. Owen Riley with ball in hand, pucks it long again, out this time towards where Conor Quigley and Sean McGee are. Shawnee breaks it down very well to Conor Quigley, but it's cleared on in towards Luke Moran. Luke comes out with 24. Alan Lewis, I think, is on there. Shane Walsh is wearing 24. The Fianna numbers are a bit all over the shop. Quigley comes through 50 yards out, gives it to Mikey again. Mikey with the one hand doesn't win that one, and it's won back there by Shawnee Martin. Shawnee's been quiet by his standards, plays it down the wing to Mark Slevin. Mark doesn't get it. Quigley's getting into this game really well, wearing 5. Quigley gives it out to Ian Birmingham. Ian Strong gives the ball in here towards Brian Dowling. Must win ball, just doesn't get there. Rushing by, does he win the second one? Does he win he's not been fouled. The ball is still there. Brian Dowling wins it back, gives it back to Dougie. Dougie needs to burst into that one, which he does. There's 4 Fianna men in front of him. He carries it through the 4 of them. He's fouled outside the 21. Hand pass it to Mikey. Mikey couldn't get that one, and it slips off here to Mikey Cole or Dylan Farrell. Dylan's 50 yards from goal. James Murray outside him. This is a shot for a point if he gets over. It's wide. That was a simple one from James. Should have been over the bar. He's only 50 yards out under a little bit of pressure. 2-9 for Trim. 9 points to Fianna. 4 minutes exactly gone the second half. Owen Riley with ball in hand. Trim 6 points ahead, 2-9 to 9 points. Owen Riley. The puck out's causing us trouble in the first half, not so much second. Gone towards Shawnee McGee again. Shawnee with Luke Moore, and ball breaks down, and it's won there by Will Flynn. Will back there to Rory Fagan, back there towards Shawnee Martin. Shawnee has a shot at goals with the long one. Great point from Shawnee Martin. That's what Shawnee's of it. That's what Shawnee's capable of. It's his first score of the game. An update from 11-8 to Kiltale.
11-8 to Kiltale.
In that vital match on the other side. Ball poked out to James Murray. Beautiful catch by James Murray. Free, and Murray's on fire. They brought back Peter Slevin to Markham. It's not working either. James has a sideline in James Murray country, we call it. It's 40 yards. Oh, he's given the free, sorry. Free. It was a fantastic take. Sorry, Fergal, I'm not involved in this half. Fergal, that was a great take.
Come on, Trent. You were calling me all morning here. You're going way there and you're flying. If you're not about it. Yeah, brilliant take from James. He'd be keen to make up from the last one that he dropped short. But the referee is trying to give a bit of advice on the sideline. He'd be better off maybe just being quiet about this, so the referee might change his mind. But Trim have been on top in this 5 or 6 minutes of this second half, and they really need to get the scores now just to reflect their supremacy.
James lifts some strikes. No. He hit it wide again, 11th wide. Too many wides in this game. I hope we don't live to regret it. 12 wides for Trim. 2-9 for Trim. 10 points in Fianna. Owen Riley ball in hand with the puck out again. Most of them have gone to the right hand side this half, and it has gone right again over towards Shawnee McGee. They see some ground over there. Shawnee should play it. Oh, well taken. Really well taken by, who was that? Mark Slevin. If that's a score, it's a great one. 100% great score there by Mark Slevin. Super puck out. Shawnee tried to get the ball off Mark Slevin, but he bravely put his hand up, turned to his strong side, the left. And Shawnee is getting a yellow, I think, for maybe it's a bit of a dangerous tackle there by Shawnee, but it was a great take by Mark Slevin. Great score to put 4 between the teams again, Fergal.
Yeah, Mark Slevin is keeping the minute. That was his 4 point from play. He's been a real danger in there. We just haven't got the grips with him. I think maybe a little bit tighter marking needed on Mark Slevin. He's out winning the ball clean.
Shawnee McGee was booked there.
Shawnee McGee booked there. See Big Keen Slattery warming up the far side for the Fianna. Ball comes out here from Charlie. A beautiful puck. Beautiful puck out, but Mark is calling the ball back. I don't know if he...
You have to have the whistle blown before you can puck out the ball. That's the rule.
Okay, so the quick puck out is not allowed, so the ball will go back down to Charlie. It was a lovely puck out to Keen Slattery is coming on. I have a feeling maybe Sean Walsh could be going off. He's not getting much shot out of Luke Moore.
Hold on.
Out again. So, sub coming on, Keen Slattery's coming on. Who's going off for Fianna?
Evan Mullally.
Evan Mullally's gone, he was centre back. Keen Slattery's come in a wing forward. Peter Slevin looks like, but we just see who's marking James Murray. We'll find out all for you in a minute. Barry Slevin's come back to mark James Murray. Small man and a big man. Ball comes towards Ian Berman. Ian Berman put it straight off the ground. Free to Fianna. Silly play by Ian. Big move there, putting Barry Slevin back centre back.
Yeah, it's one of the race attackers. I suppose taking them out of that forward division really it's not going to strengthen them up front anyway.
So Barry is centre back. Peter Slevin has gone back to the middle of the field. Keen Slattery, who's a very good hand on him, has gone in a wing forward. So Barry takes this free from his own half. It's right down the middle and it's right over the bar. Fianna back in this game, 2-9 for Trim, 12 points for Fianna. There's exactly 8 minutes gone. Charlie with the puck out again. This time comes towards Dougie. Dougie lets it go free where Mikey Cole comes on it. Mikey plays a lovely ball in the middle to Dougie. Dougie's just Dougie is so dangerous who's that? Mark Slevin on Dougie. It was half accidental, but it was definitely free.
Connection with the head, not whether it's accidental or not, it's not allowed.
Yeah. So James Murray stands up to this one. This is definitely territory. He has to slot the ball over the bar. He's been slightly inconsistent from frees, but definitely not inconsistent from play. He's been absolutely outstanding. So James stands over. How many points has James?
James has 4 points, 2 from play, 1 from the sideline and 1 from the free.
So Trim 2-9, Fianna 12 points. James lifts and strikes and tries to hit wide. That's very wide from James. That ball should have been over the bar. So 2-9 for Trim. Meath 12 points. Ball won by Shawnee Martin, gives it on to Joey Cole. Joey hasn't been on the ball for a while. Joey on the ball now, gives it back there towards Shawnee McGee. Throws the ball out over the sideline. Trim are beginning to panic a little bit. Meath are smelling a little bit of success here. There's still 3 points between them. Trim have hit so many bad wides. That's at 13 wides I make. James has missed at least
5 frees.
James has missed some easy ones. That one should have been scored without a question. So Barry Slevin will stand up to this one. This is exactly, it's a sideline actually. Barry's come back centre back to try and curtail James Murray. A brilliant sideline by Barry in towards the goal. Does it beat everybody? Yes, it does. That ball was hit almost 100 yards sideline wide for Barry. So Trim need to lift it on a little bit here. 2-9 for Trim. Meath 12 points. They just need to, they look the superior team, but they're not putting this game to bed. Ball out towards James Murray, and the ball is knocked off in the Fianna man, Barry Slevin. It's going to be
doubles or quits,
and it's definitely James Murray's going to be again.
Doubles or quits, yeah.
He's nearly more active with the sidelines than he is with the frees. But James, this is 35 metres out on the sideline, attacking the village end of the pitch here. James, he's almost gone. Lovely cut by James of Wood with the legs though. It's gone wide, 14 wide for Trim.
That's the end of it. Come on, Trim, let's go.
Trim 2-9, the 12 points, 10.5 minutes gone in the second half. Still a very tight match. 2-9, 12 points. Owen Riley puts it out, not as long this time. Goes towards Ian Birmingham. Ian puts a stick on it, breaks it there to Shane Walsh, who's drifted out the field a little bit. Yorkie just not getting the first pick every time, Yorkie, and the ball is breaking down. Shane Walsh is still there with Ian Birmingham. Picked there though by Luke Kelly. Luke gives a hand pass on there towards Will Flynn. Back to Mark Slevin. Big ball in from Mark. Very dangerous in towards the goals. Gone wide though. A lot of aimless hitting in by both sides. A lot of wides happening. Both teams getting a little bit agitated, a little bit tight. Charlie pucks the ball long down towards danger man James Murray. James, what a catch! He was well ahead of, gives it on to Joey Cole, on to Shiley McGee, who's inside the 50-yard line. Must turn back, gives it to Dougie. If he picks it, he's a chance. Does he get through? It's 21 yards out. Barry Slevin, second foul in about 2 minutes. I don't think it's a penalty. I think
it's outside.
It's outside the 21. Dougie was clean.
Bring on Arnie for that one.
If we go down here, we do an Arnie special there, top right hand corner with a top spin. But Trim really should keep it ticking over here with a score.
Yeah, and it just haven't got a score. It was only 1 point in the second half.
1 point.
Dowling's going to take this free.
Yeah, just 1 point from Dylan Farr in the second half. Yeah, so I think after James Murray missed the last one, the call went in straight away for Beano to take over the free taking duty. So this is a simple one to ease his way into it.
So Brian scores that. I think it's the second score of the game. 1 from play, 1 from free, 2-10 for Trim. Meath 12 points. There is 12 minutes gone. 16 points to 12, 4 point lead for Trim. Owen Riley with ball in hand, going to puck it out. Owen, long ball, just not as long this half. I'd say the breeze maybe slightly helping Trim. Luke Moore comes for it, doesn't win it, breaks through Sean McGee. Connor quickly goes back, he's playing centre half back now. There's 4 Meath men around him. Is he fouled? He's not. He needs to play this ball, he's going to be penalised. Connor quickly still on the ball, left side, turns to his right, needs to move the ball quickly. Instead he hits it out over the sideline, which is kind of, Connor had ample time to clear that ball, Fergal.
Yeah, he just seemed to pirouette on it. It was like a hot spud and he couldn't get hold of it. He didn't clear his lines, and now we're under pressure here in the corner again.
So, did the ball go out over the sideline, or is it a 65? Yeah. It looks a sideline nearly from the corner flag. Be a very, very tough one to score here, but Mark Slevin is a fair hand at these, the same as James Murray. So he's out on that sideline. It is only 14 yards out on the sideline towards the corner flag on the road side of the field in Rathmaline. Update from the water break in the other match. Kiltale 12 points, Kildalkey 11 points.
12-11 and a half.
1 point game, very tight at the water break over there. Trim 4 points ahead here. If it stays like this, Trim will go through. It's like we'll have to keep you updated on how things are going, but Trim 2-10, Meath 12 points. Mark will take this beautiful ball across the square. Ian Birmingham comes for it, doesn't win it, but does it come to the second ball? Dylan Farrell, Dylan on the ball in our own corner, carries the ball out, hits a weak clearance though. They're only towards Will Flynn, I think, outside of Shawnee Martin. Shawnee has scored a great point in the first minute. Hits it in there, dangerous ball in towards the square. Shane Walsh puts a stick on it. Ball still around the square. Ball still around the square. Is it cleared out? It's still in the square. Who comes out with it? Still ball gone wide. Danger there for Trim. The ball was hanging around the small, almost on the goal line. It just needed a little tap away, but there was lots of bodies round it. Trim playing with fire here. 10 to 12 points ahead. 14 minutes 20 gone. Long puck out from Charlie. Comes to Mikey Cullen. We need something to happen up front. Mikey's the man. Mikey tips it back inside. But doesn't get the second ball. He goes get the free. Tips it inside. Russian right is a judge to have foul him. They need to be quiet here on the sideline. They don't just need to aggravate Mark Riley. The ball will be brought in. If you come out, that's what will happen. Ball is going to be brought in because Barry Slevin mounted. Ball will go in 10 yards to make it a much more easy free for Brian. He's about 30 yards from the Meath goals. This an ordinary regular play would be a nice easy free, but in the match of this type, it's 10 for Trim, 12 points to Fianna. Brian 30 yards out. Slightly right of the goal, strikes the ball beautifully down the middle. Lovely free taken from Brian. Water break is taken in 15 seconds, 15 minutes 12 seconds. Trim back to a 5-point lead, 2-11 to 12 points.
Come on, Trim, well done.
That's very important just at the end there, Fergal.
Yeah, a lovely bit of skill from Mikey Cullen. Probably the first time we got him into the game in this second half after him being so effective in the first half, and a beautiful bit of skill there by Mikey just to knock the ball back the other way, and when he went to go after a pull back by I think it was number 24 actually, 11 pulled him back, so it was running water pulled him back, and Bino, as I said, has stepped in to take over the free taking duties. James missed 5 free, so it was probably right to change the free taker.
Well, 12-11.
Bino's come in and he's nailed 2 straight away. We're back to 5 at the water break. Right position, but just we're in fear
13 wide, that's in your opinion.
If that game ends a draw, we're in trouble.
Yeah,
1 point. If it's a draw in Navan, we're out unless we win by 16 points here today, and I don't think that's going to happen. So we need to do our job. Trim needs to do their job here, win the game, forget about what's happening in Navan, and hope that there's a winner either way in that game.
Okay, so it's 2-11 to Trim, 12 points. It is now 1-13 to Kiltale, 12 points to Kildalkey, 4 points between the teams. 4 points between the teams there, which is good for us. 5 points between the team here, which is good for us also. 15 minutes between Trim and the quarter-final position. Neely Cohen talking to his charges here just in front of us. We're just sweeping things up for the sub or two.
Yeah, just to go back on the permutations, if Fianna are probably the ones that are worried. Fianna could have lost this game if Kildalkey had won, but the news is coming through to them, so they're going to have to come out and find something this last 14 minutes. I know, I think Dimmy Higgins was warming up there. That's coming on.
Timmy's coming on.
So that refreshed me up a little bit for Fianna Rourke here. So it'll be interesting to see how much Fianna will press on in this. There's no point in them trying to lose this game. So it's 3 points between the sides.
It's a draw game in Navan.
Oh, draw game again.
With 11 minutes to go.
3 points, 1-12 to 12.
No, we got it here.
1-12 to 12.
It's 1-13 to 12 points later.
Right. 1-13 to 12.
We'll try and keep it.
Norman, keep out, will you?
Okay, so play is going to resume here with a Nolan Riley puck out, I think, after Brian Dowling's last free. We'll resume the clock on 15-17. Owen Riley will puck it out, 25 points ahead, 2-11 to 12 points. Hope you're enjoying the coverage here from Rathmaline. Hope it doesn't get too squeaky. Puck out from Owen, not going as far this half. Gaz is under it, well taken by Shane Walsh, nearly his first grab of the game. Shane grabs it well, gives it on there. Oh, really well played by Dylan Farrell. Takes it off the stick of 26, who's Luke Kelly. It's cleared back out here towards Rory Fagan. Rory Fagan with a left-handed shot towards the goals. All the way, great score by Rory Fagan, just what Fianna needed at the start of the next period. 2-11 for Trim, 13 points for Fianna. Good start by Fianna. There's 16 minutes gone. Long puck out from Charlie, comes towards Mikey Cullen, goes well over the head of Conor Quigley. Conor wins the second ball. Mikey has no hurl, he's inside it, but he's no hurl. Quigley on the ball, gives the grand ball back to to Dylan Farrell, who will have a shot at goal from 60 yards. Dylan towards the goals. Is it over? Over the bar. Dylan has got 2 points at the really vital times in the game. Great score by Dylan for the goal. 2-12 for Trim, 13 defeat. A brilliant score, just what Trim needed. Puck out from Owen Riley. Comes towards Dimmy Higgins, the sub who's come on for Kieran O'Rourke. But it breaks again to Shane Walsh. Shane's been marked by Gary Fleming. Ball breaks through, not fouled. Out comes Dimmy. Dimmy picks first time. Clears the ball lovely down the wing to Gaz. Gaz on the sideline, plays the ball down towards. Oh, it's not a great ball by Gaz. Goes direct to Rory Fagan, who got the last score for the Fianna. And he gets the next score from the Fianna. Brilliant score from Rory Fagan. That was from the middle of field, left hand side. Some great scores here. 2-12 for Trim. 14 points for the Fianna. There is 17 minutes gone. 4-point game again. Ball comes out to the danger man, James Murray. Does he grab it? Yes, he does by James. Unbelievable take. He has Dougie outside him, but does he go himself? He does. But he hits it wide. We have 14, 15 wides, I think. 15 wides. James has hit about 6. He's playing unbelievable from play. He grabbed that ball from the clouds ahead of Barry Slevin. Should have played it off. Owen Riley's long puck comes again towards Dimmy Higgins. Dimmy gets a stick on it, breaks to Shawnee McGee. Shawnee McGee out to Mikey Cole. Mikey down the wing towards the other Mikey Cullen, who has Oisin Bright for company. And well won there by Ian Birmingham. But it's won back again by Nafeen. Nafeen are playing tenacious hurling here. Out to the middle of the field. Really well won by Conor Quigley. Stepped in ahead there and won the second ball by Dylan Farrell, who's having a great game for Trim. Gives it back to Dimmy Higgins. He's gone out a good bit of ball since he came on. Out to Sean McGee. McGee back to Dimmy. They need to clear the ball. Dimmy with the ball. He's been tackled every time a Trim gets the ball. There's at least 3 in the field right around him. Dylan Farr wins the ball, breaks through the tackle again. Needs to hit the ball in. Gives it off there. Lovely to Jerry Dwan. Jerry at the halfway line. Nice little ball in towards Brian. Must win ball for Brian. Must win ball. Doesn't win the ball. But back to Jerry Dwan. Jerry gives it off to Mikey. Mikey's on his weekend left side. Does he score? Yes, he does. Good score by Mikey. Trim for 2 and he should have won the ball. Brian Downey's getting with it. Won the second ball. Dougie give it to Mikey and then his weakest side scores his first of no, not his first, he's got his second one. I think he got 2 points. 2-13 for Nafina. Journalist Farrell tells me first point of the game. Brilliant take in the middle of the field by Quigley. Brilliant play by Quigley. He has the free as well. He'll get the advantage if he doesn't get the pass. What a score from Conor Quigley. 2-14 for Trim, 14 Nafina. Won the puck out, beat a man, scored from the halfway line. Class score from Quigley. Ball comes out.
2 scores that came from the hard work of Jerry's one there, where he went and laid it on to Mikey Cullen, then win the next puck out, next score from. That's brilliant work by Jerry Dwan and real leadership and badly needed.
Just what Trim needed. Trim went with 14 to 14 points lead. Little Shamuzzle here on the sideline. It is a free, or it's a sideline ball to Nafina. Dougie just came in a little bit there, and I think it's Keane Slattery. There wasn't much in it. Trim have gained that 6-point lead again. There is 19 minutes 20 seconds gone. 10 and a half minutes to go. On the sideline is Keane Slattery, been looked after. I don't think there's too much wrong with Keane. 2-14 for Trim. Nafina 14 points. Trim 6 points ahead. A great spell from Trim, John.
Yeah, but that's me 16. I was kind of half asleep there. Yeah, a purple patch there for Trim. Great points both from Conor Quigley and Mikey Cullen to put a Trim into a 6-point lead now. Yeah. Okay,
this ball is on the 50-yard line for Nafina. It'll be a sideline. Barry Slevin is standing over. He has a great shot from off the ground. Barry, left-handed Barry. Ian Green standing a little bit close to him. Barry strikes the ball not his best in towards who's that? Keane Slattery. First touch for Keane. Don't foul Keane. He went to ground. No free given. No free. There was no free. There was a free out. Keane went to ground and he is consistent, Mark. That man went down without a free, without being fouled, and he gave the free to Trim. So nice little bit of play from Trim there. 20 minutes gone. Trim 2-14. Nafina 10 minutes left. 10 left in the game. 4 points ahead for Kiltane. Brian misses the ball there. Comes in the fourth. Oisin Bright, well clear by Oisin Bright down the sideline. Down towards Keane Slattery. Keane's first possession, not a good one though, and he gives it, but he does give it to Shane Walsh. He takes on Gary Fleming. Still going Shane Walsh. Great touch by Dimmy Higgins. Beautiful stick by Dimmy. Ball clear down the field towards Brian. Doesn't win it again. Won there by 26 is Luke Kelly. Luke Kelly on the ball, gives it off there in the middle of the field to Sean Coffey. Sean Coffey, long dangerous ball coming into the square. Long ball in, tapped away very nicely where Ian Birmingham has come from middle of the field to gather the ball. Ball cleared out, not a good one for Meath towards who's on that, Rory Fagan, who's had two very good second half points. Ball into the 21. We're great take by Jerry Dwan. He's had a super second half, Jerry. Back to Sean McGee. Sean McGee, long relieving clearance on towards James Murray and Mikey Cullen. James Murray doesn't win the first ball. Barry Slevin wins it very well. Barry coming out with the ball is fouled. He's given the free. Barry is fouled in there. Brian is not having a good game inside further.
No, he's just been well marshalled in there with the full back line. I suppose a couple of times that he has got out in front, the ball has bounced up off his knees or off his stick, so it's just not really sticking for him in there at all.
Yeah. Barry Slevin stands over the ball. There's 21 minutes 44 seconds gone. Kiltale are 4 points ahead as far as we know. Ball gone in towards the square. Neil Birmingham calls, didn't get it. Won again by Keane Slattery. Keane's after getting 3 possessions for the last 5 minutes and not going too far. Great take by Gaz. Great play by Gary Fleming. Comes out with the ball. He's playing really well, Gary. Gives it off to Dougie. Dougie is 70 metres from his own. Gives a lovely ball in towards Brian Dowling with Hurling Bright. Wins this one. Brian gives it back to James Murray. James from the sideline. Scores the great one. It's gone wide again. That's 16th wide for Trim. I think they're coming 8th or 9th for James. Good defending from Gary Fleming. There kept the ball moving. 114 to Kiltale, 14 points for Kildalkey. 25 minutes gone over there. Down goes Ian Birmingham.
114 to 14 and a
Down goes Ian Birmingham, so there will be a break here. For
all information side with Reds TV.
We'll start with a puck out from Owen Riley. We're trying to keep the crowd informed here as to how things are going now.
A goal up.
So a goal up for Kiltale. Trim 6 up here. There is how many minutes left, Fergus?
Just gone onto Twitter to try and find out what's happening. But
there's 22.5 minutes gone. Ian Birmingham is down. Trim in the ascendancy here, 6 points ahead. Still not game warmed up. Ian Birmingham has been attended to. He looks okay. He's up drinking water. Dylan Farrell's had a very good second half for Trim, John.
Yeah, he's been very good throughout the game. He started very well and he's been excellent. His energy around the middle of the field is great asset to the team.
Owen Riley pucking the ball, comes long towards Ian Birmingham. We're take by Bermo. He wins the ball nicely. He's having a great match for Trim. If he scores, it's a great when he hits it in, but it's another aimless shot from Trim.
We
have had 18 wides and 17 wides in this game. 2-14 for Trim, 14 from the field. Puck out, long puck out again, comes towards Luke Moore, and Luke breaks it down there towards Mikey Cole, but it's won in there by, can't see who has it, but it's given in there where Jerry Dwan comes out. Jerry's slightly fouled and he comes out with it still. Jerry it's with Dimmy Higgins. Dimmy is blocked by another sub is on there for the Fianna. We'll tell you who it is in a minute. The Shamosley is one out there by Dylan Farrell again. Dylan's all over the place. Dylan left-handed down the side, but it's only straight to Barry Slevin. Barry turns to his good left side. He's 100 yards from Meath goals. He's back to the middle of the field, bounced the ball off the ground. Hooked by James Murray. One there by Ethan Devine, who's been quiet in the second half. Ethan goes through. He's 21 yards out. He's fouled. Gives the ball in, but this will be a free for the Fianna. He's 21 yards out, and Barry Slevin will run up and tap this over the bar. There's 24.5 minutes gone. That's 2-14 for Trim. 14 points for the Fianna. There is 5.5 minutes left. The Fianna could go for a goal with this one, but there's 5 minutes to go. He should tap it over the bar. Barry Slevin will stand over it. Still game not in the bag.
No, and Barry is jogging up to that one as opposed to walking up to the other frees that he was earlier in the game, so there's obviously a lot of urgency about the Fianna now. It's probably a little bit too far out for him to be trying to go for goal here. Plenty of red shots between him and the end line, but Barry is capable of anything. There's 6 points in the game, 5 minutes left, so they need something to Fianna.
Kieran Joyce is going to come on the Trim team. Barry Slevin hits that ball wide from 21 yards. That's a non-forgivable wide. Should have been over the bar. 5.5 minutes to go. Cha puts the ball out. Finds, who does he find? Joey Cole. Joey on the ball, left-handed, gives the ball down towards James Murray. James, he has number 9 for company now, Noel O'Sullivan. Gives it back to Gaz. Gaz needs to clear his lines, which he does down the line towards, who have we there? Joey Cole. Joey out in the sideline, ball in towards Brian Dowling. Won again by Oisin Bright. Ball back out to Joey Cole. Bad one. Joey should slip this over the bar. Joey is Mikey inside. Does he give it to Mikey? He does. Magic Mikey does it again. Great play by Joey Cole. Unselfishly gave the ball to Mikey Cullen. Didn't take the ball in hand. from Marsh the ball into the back of the net for a goal for Trim to put Trim 3-14 to 14 points ahead. Game should be over. We need the result in Navan to go our way. Trim 3-14, the Fianna 14 points. Nothing, no update from Navan yet. No. Trim 3-14, the Fianna 14 points. Joyce is coming on the Trim team.
Who told that Loma? Don't believe him.
Joyce is coming on the field. Who went off the Trim team?
Nobody yet. Joy calls.
We're hearing that Kiltale won. We're hearing Kiltale won. We're hearing that. We just haven't full credit on that one. Joey Cole's come off the Trim team. Kieran Joyce is on. Ian Berman, who's playing a great game in the middle of the field for Trim, is over the ball. There is 4 minutes left here in this game.
It's over. It's over.
Game over. Game over.
3-14 to 14. Kiltale won by 2.
Kiltale won by 2 points. The result went our way in Navan. Kiltale win by 2 points. Trim 3-14 to 14 points. If it stays like this, if Trim win this game, the Fianna will be out of the championship. 3-14 for Trim, 14 points in the Fianna.
1-15 to 16.
1-15 to 16 was the score in with Kiltale and Kildalkey. Over.
Yeah, Kiltale won by 2 points.
Ball free been taken here by Charlie Ennis, which is about 30 yards from his own goals. Charlie has Mikey inside. Mikey's making a run again. Mikey took his goal brilliantly. Could have killed this game. Long ball, the brilliant ball from Charlie in towards James Murray. Ball flicks through to Joycey. Joycey has a shot, and it's well saved by Owen Riley. It was a tough opportunity, but he did the right thing. He pulled on it, and this will kill another minute, and it could put another point on the board for Trim, which would leave it an unassailable lead. The match we can confirm in Navan is over. Final score: Kiltale 1-15, Kildalkey 16 points. That would leave this game. The results weren't correct for Trim. 9 points in the game here. Brian Dowling comes out to take this 70. 3-14. This would make it. We're 9 points ahead. This would put it a double-digit lead if we get this score. Brian Dowling over the free, lifts, strikes down the middle. Great score. 3-15 to 14 points. Brian's been good from frees since he took over the free-taking duty. 10 points in this game. 3-15 to 14 points. There's 28 minutes 30 seconds on the stopwatch. Ball popped out here towards Luke Moore. Ball breaks off and is picked up by Shawnee Martin, who apart from one score has been quiet in this game. Free there given against Dylan Farrell on Ethan Devine. It mightn't have been one that was given at the start of the game, but it's one that was given now. 3-15 to 14 points. Ball is going to be brought in a little further. Barry Slevin will step up. There is 29 minutes gone in the game. 1 minute left plus a couple of minutes injury time. Barry Slevin will step up to this 30 yards from goals. So Barry will step over this. Trim warming up a couple of subs here. Arnie McGee looks to be going on. Barry goes for goals, blocked out there, falls to Shane Walsh. Great save, really well done by Trim. Shane Walsh on the ball. Shane Walsh cleared across here to Barry. Did he touch it on the ground? Barry outside 50-yard line gives it off here to Ethan Devine. Ethan takes it on. Nafina looking for goals here. Good tackle. Ethan still has it, has a shot, well blocked and well taken out there by Colin Quigley. Back out there to Sean Coffey, and Ian Birmingham be too strong for Sean. Sean is still on the ball. Tried his heart out today. Sean Coffey. Ball goes on there towards Mark Slevin. Quiet in the second half, Mark. But it's really well dispossessed by Shawnee McGee. Shawnee, ball down the sideline to Mikey Cullen. Mikey, forever good. Mikey skips away. It's James Murray outside, and will he go for it himself? He does, but he shouldn't have. He should have given it off to James Murray. Ball still there to be won. Mikey still fighting. James Murray steps in. 4 Nafina, 2 Trim. Who comes away with it? There's number 9, Noel Sullivan. Hands the ball off there to Peter Slevin, another one who's been quiet enough for Nafina. On the ball is James Murray again. Hit in there by Mark Slevin, or by Peter Slevin, in towards Big Slats. Is it Slats on the ball? It is. He's going in full forward. He's carrying it strong. Great shot, great save by Charlie. Breaks to the sub. Net. Goal for Nafina. 1-14 for Nafina. 3-15 for Trim. Still a 7-point game. There's 30 minutes 40 seconds gone. There's subs coming on here for Trim. Arnie McGee's warming up, David Murtagh's warming up. Quick puck out from Charlie, finds a great one to Joycey. Joycey's two and a feet of men around him, gives the ball back to Ian Berman. He'll have a shot, but he doesn't have a shot. He's taken blocked out, but he wins back the second ball. Dylan Farrell, who's the man of the match in the second half, gets on the ball, gives it back to Sean McGee. He'll have a shot. If it's a score, it's a great one, but it's dropping short to Owen Riley. There's 31 minutes gone. 3:15 Trim, 1:14 the Fianna. Ball cleared down towards Gary Fleming and Shane Walsh. Gary wins it, gives it off to Conor Quigley, who's dropped deep as Dougie. Dougie finds the ball in there towards Joycey. Second possession of the game. If James Murray wants the ball, he could run to the 21 and get it. Joycey has it. James is free in the middle. Joycey goes for a score over his right shoulder. Wide ball. Subs coming on for Trim. Arnie McGee, David Murtagh. Coming off will be, I'd say, maybe Brian Dowling and
31 and a half
Farrell, who's played a fantastic match for Trim. So Arnie McGee goes in the corner forward. David Murtagh comes on in the middle of the field. Round the applause there for both Dino and Dylan Farrell. So this game 3:15 to 1:14, 32 minutes gone, just about a minute left, I'd say. Ball poked out towards David Murtagh and Sean Coffey. It's won there by Sean Coffey. Sean Coffey on the ball, takes it through, but he's well tackled by Dimmy Higgins. On there towards Shawnee Martin, who's 21 yards out. Shawnee plays onto slats, but in steps Luke Bourne and is cleared out there towards Conor Quigley. Conor has had a very good game for Trim, very steady, wins his ball, takes on still Conor down the wing towards Joycey. Joycey's got 3 possessions. Joycey's still on the ball. Dispossessed back there and tackled by Shawnee McGee. Shawnee off there towards Ian Bernie, who's very heavy tackled there by, who is it? It's Cian Slattery who's back there. Ian Berman, who's been very strong for Trim since he came on.
Yeah, it's been excellent. And Dylan Farrell is outstanding the whole game. Got a deserved round of applause when he came off the field. It's outstanding, as John said right from the very beginning. And even when things weren't going Trim's way, Dylan was still marshalling midfield and plugging away. Mikey Cullen exceptional in the full forward line, winning the ball, and got his reward on the scoreboard, getting 1-1. But a good performance from Trim. The Fianna are a dogged, tough side. We're always going to make it difficult, and that. So to be 7 points up 3 minutes into injury time is a great position.
James Murray has just free to redeem his free taking duties. James strikes. Does he get this one? Does he hit it wide again? Wide ball, puck out quickly again. Ball pucked out here towards Barry Slevin. Long ball from Barry in towards the square. Luke Moran is under it. Luke Moran goes up, doesn't find a shot. Martin grabs it 21 yards out. Goal for the Fianna. 3:15 for Trim, 2:14 the Fianna. Late comeback by the Fianna. Ball should have been over the bar. 33 minutes 40 seconds gone. There's 4 points between the teams. That was the last gasp score for Shawnee. Trim took the foot off the pedal. 3:15 to 2:14.